Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful morning. We're right back at it, just getting to it. It's a blessed day to be alive. Great Monday. It's just, it's a major. We got a new week going on. Uh, Almost the end of April. We kicking off spring real heavy. So just like I said, it's super blessing to be alive and well. Welcome back to the Daily Dose, the number one daily morning mastermind for those trying to elevate and grow in your spiritual, personal, uh, financial, um, professional. If you're just trying to grow, you need to be on a daily dose, basically. So yeah, like I said, welcome back, and we just gonna hop right it back into the verse of the week. And this verse is a game changer. Is one that highly recommend because it is it's just we got to remember that, especially as we talk about business and entrepreneurship, we got to remember to keep this forefront. So just go ahead into it. Verse is Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 through 4. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of others. Right. And then, that's the number one thing we learn in business anyway, is that when you create a solution for a problem for other people, you get paid for it. Especially if you get paid a lot if you do it well. So we want to make sure that we are remembering that not only in business but in our personal lives. Like we're not doing stuff just for what we want, right? We want to make sure that we including others, whether it's our family, friends, God. Like, we're just not doing stuff solely for our own selves. And yes, we will reap the benefits of the work that we put in, the deeds that we do, but we don't want to just be out here um just doing stuff solely for our own benefit, right? And always think about how whatever we're doing is helping or benefiting other people. So super important to keep that top of mind and forefront. The business topic for today is going to be working on your business versus in your business. And you might have heard that before, but the main difference is when you're working on your business, you are basically business development. You helping it grow. You helping expand the business. You helping to increase the business. You helping to grow. Just grow the business overall. But when you working in your business, you going through the day to day motions um, of doing stuff. And I got it broke down here on the screen. But the reason I want to talk about it is because we can get caught up in working in our business day in and day out, and we don't make the time to actually work on the business to help it grow, to help it prosper, to help scale. Right. So when you're working on your business, these are some of the things that you want to take into consideration as you work on the business. And that's going to be strategic planning for marketing, planning for networking, planning for uh your goals, planning for hires. Make sure that you are setting out time to plan. And it's super important that we do that because without a plan, we what's the saying? If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Yeah, that's what it is. So you got to make sure you got a plan. And the next thing, like I said, is business development, right? How are you growing your business? What are some things you need to fine tune in your business? What are some bottlenecks that are holding up um, solutions from happening in your business, right? Think about all those things. There's processes that are taking too long that can be streamlined. There's a whole bunch of different things that regards to business development as it pertains to working on your business. Next up, we got innovation and creativity. This is where you take the time to think about how you can innovate, how your company can differentiate itself from what it's been doing in the past, how you can actually become better, be better, and be more creative, thinking outside the box, coming up with new ideas so that you can win, so that you can help yourself win. This is the most important thing that we want to one of the most important things that we got to remember to do is expanding and making sure we're tapping into our creativity, because it's so many, what they say is a million ways, 100 ways to skin a, I don't even know. Is he saying it's our hero? And then like I can't even think of when I'm trying to say him, but you get what I'm saying. It's a lot of different ways to do something. And when we tap into our creativity, it helps us to grow, it helps us to be different, and it helps us to put our own personal spin on the stuff, the products or the services that we're offering to the marketplace. Next one is leadership and management. When you're working on your business, first of all, you're growing as a leader. You want to make sure that you are taking the right steps to elevate yourself as a leader, but also you're helping others in your company become leaders as well. And you're putting the people in the positions to be powerful, to make good decisions, and to help your business grow. You're thinking about, okay, what's the best option for this person? What do they need to be in charge of? What are they good at? You want to think about these things. This is also a part of working on your business, because if you got people in your company in the wrong position, it's just not going to work out. And the last thing, working on your business is going to be financial management, right? How, like, do you have a CPA? How are you managing the ins and outs of the business, the money coming in, what you're spending? Do you have the best business bank account? Do you have the best uh, investment strategies for your business? Are you wasting money anywhere? Got to think about that, because that's important as well, right? As far as working on your business. So those 5 things are really things you want to sit down and think about, as take the time to think about, so that you can work on your business, not just get stuck working in your business. And then, but working in your business is important as well, right? You got to make sure that you're executing things to a high level, to a high standard. And that's, like I said, those are going to be your daily operations, execution of the plans, your strategic plan, right? Administrative tasks, sending emails, follow up calls, stuff like that, and problem solving. It's going to be problems that arise daily, but when you take the time to work on your business, put the right people in leadership, those people can solve those problems. And then just only the high emergency problems will actually even get to you, because you got the people in the right place that can make the right decisions, that can just make decisions, period. Everybody not going to always make the right decisions, but when you empower somebody and put them in a position of leadership, it gives them the opportunity and the free will to be able to make a decision, period. And then you just analyze whether it was the right or wrong decision afterwards, write it down, and then now you have a solution moving forward if that problem ever arises. And then you got customer service. Of course, just doing your day to day. But this is the main difference between working on your business versus in your business. And it was something that is a very important concept for us to grasp, especially as small business owners, because most of the time we're wearing all the hats in our business. So we have to take the time to go from uh, working in our business to working on it, so that we can grow it and establish ourselves to be as successful as we can be, right? That's the main thing that we want to do. So that's that for the business topic of the day. The self-development topic is uh, something that we all have to eventually get to a point of. And like I said, it's not easy, but that's why it's called self-development. None of this stuff is, some of this stuff could be easy for others, could be hard for others, but it's just working on improving ourselves, right? And so today I just want to talk about the art of surrender, surrendering to, really, in my opinion, God's will, life, uh, circumstances, right? Just surrendering um, to stuff that happens, and not just dwelling on stuff that happens, right? Number one is just recognizing what we can control. When stuff happens out of your control, there's no reason for us to harp on it, dwell on it, anything like that. We have to just be able to accept it and move on, whatever the case may be. You can, in many things, you can take ownership of some type of uh situation or circumstance that happened, but some other circumstances is like way beyond our control, and we just have to accept what it is and get better. Like they asked uh it was like an interview. They asked Dame Dash, I think it was a minute ago. It was like the first time Trump was about to get elected, or yeah, was running for president and all of that. And they was asking like, do you care, or like, what about this person, or what about that person if they get elected? It was like, regardless of who get elected, like I'm still gonna have to do what I gotta do, right? And that's how we gotta look at every situation, for the most part. Like I said, if there's some type of ownership that you can take, um, do it. But if it's not, then don't even dwell on it. Just analyze, accept the circumstance for what it is, and then figure out how you need to move forward from that circumstance. The next one is letting go of attachment, um, to outcomes or expectations. This is a huge one because once you let go of expectations, you can really start to live life a lot more freely. It's not easy to do at all, because we expect stuff from ourselves, we expect stuff from other people, we expect stuff to happen a certain way if we put in a certain amount of work or a certain type of work. We're programmed to have expectations, right? Um, but when we get too attached to those expectations, we can get let down because even though we wanted something a certain way, that's not always the way that it go, right? So of course, we can plan stuff out. We can uh, hope for the best, right? But we don't want to get too attached. That's to an outcome or expectation. That's how we get um that's how like you get just stuck in a bad situation or in a bad place. The next part of the art of surrender is just cultivating trust and faith, right? Life is unpredictable, and we got to trust and believe in God that everything is working together, um for his plan and his purpose and his will. So it's really just understanding like, okay, I trust in God and I have faith in God that everything is going to happen on the way that it's supposed to happen, regardless of what I can control, what I can't control, regardless of the circumstance that I'm in. Okay, I trust in God and I believe in God that uh that's what his will wanted to be. So I just gotta live in that and I gotta accept it and I gotta, trust God that everything is operating according to what he wants. So that's it's a huge thing to do when you start to trust in God. I mean, that's one of like the main uh concepts in the Bible is to not, you know, worry and all of that type of stuff, and just trust in God because ultimately his plan is gonna prevail. Next thing is to embrace uncertainty. Like I said, don't get attached to expectations. Understand that life is a huge unknown, right? And be comfortable with the unknown. You're not gonna know everything, and that's like something that I definitely struggle with because I like to plan stuff out. And when I don't know something is happening, or I'm not aware of something that's happening, it's like, okay, I need to know, right? But it's in certain situations, you just gotta embrace that uncertainty. You gotta be able to understand that, okay, you don't gotta know everything and it's cool. You can just let life do what it needs to do. Just also a big proponent is embracing that uncertainty and not trying to force or change or control, circumstances, right? Understanding, okay, they're gonna unfold. All I can do is respond accordingly to my own. I can only control myself, basically, right? And just finding peace and acceptance, whatever the circumstance is. When you trust in God, you have faith in God that everything is happening according to His will. You got to search and find that peace in the accepting of the circumstance, and like I said, moving forward accordingly. Um, that's really the art of surrendering. It is a concept that I feel like we have to implement into our lives in order to develop ourselves to get better. Because when you get too attached to expectations, when you get too attached to outcomes, whenever you always tripping over, stuff that's beyond your control, It just you just kind of start dwelling on like things that don't matter. You start being in a bad mind space. Is just not good, right? But so these are some steps that we can take to make sure that we are staying in a positive light, we're staying optimistic, and we're just staying level-headed and having peace, no matter what's going on in life, right? So that'll wrap it up for today. Um, God is great. And we just starting off the week strong. Hope everybody has a great rest of their Monday and great rest of their week. We'll be right back at it tomorrow at 7 a.m.